Hello, darling friend. I thought I would talk about the power of three, specifically relating to stories, storytelling, and poems and songs and rhymes. But I realised that three is a magical number in maths, science, in our whole natural world. Threes are everywhere, aren't they? They're in traffic lights, in our speeches, friends, Romans, citizens, in our catchphrases, mind, body, spirit. In nature, I was thinking about clover, also flower petals, and pine cones are often in clusters of threes. And of course, there's bees, the worker bee, the drone, the queen. So these threes all gravitate to each other. And it's a primary number, isn't it? It's a triangular number. And it's the basis of many of the geometric shapes, including the triangle, which of course is a fantastic structure. You don't mess with a triangle. It's stable, solid, and unshakable. And I sometimes think about stories and storytelling as a triangle. The story, the teller, and the listener. And in the middle of that wonderful triangle is the alchemy. Pythagoras believed that three was the key to unlocking the secrets of the universe: harmony, wisdom, and understanding. So in thinking about threes, I realised that the magic of threes in storytelling, it just reflects the threes everywhere else in the world. Threes are simple, satisfying as structures. Oh, that's quite nice. Simple, satisfying structures that allow us to create really strong and powerful stories that stick in people's minds, and they are impactful. If I think about the rule of three, which is used in writing, where when you gather things together like characters or events and pull them into threes, they're often more humorous, more satisfying, more memorable. Oh yes, my dog agrees. What is there? Three little pigs, there are three wishes, three brothers in lots and lots of fairy tales, the three Stooges, the three Musketeers, all of these different threes. And then, of course, you've got threes, the beginning, the middle, and the end, the setup, the tension, the punchline, when you're writing or sharing a story. And for years, I have recommended to teachers and librarians and parents, when I've been doing storytelling training, that when you're sharing a nursery rhyme or a song or a different rhyme with young children particularly, that it's really, really beneficial for them to repeat it 3 times in a row. And I thought this was because of my understanding of, I think it's Confucius quote, which is, I hear, I forget, I see, I remember, I do, I understand. And that made sense to me, and I see that when you share a rhyme or a song with a child, that they will hear it the first time, they will begin to join in the second time, and then the third time it's like they claim it for themselves. So when I heard about the scientific research behind three, I got super excited, as I do, because our brain is always looking for patterns, apparently, and 3 is the least number that we can have in order to create that pattern. And what's wonderful is that when we see the pattern, we're able to say in our brains, okay, I understand this, I get where it is, and I can see forward to the future, which gives us a bit of confidence and makes us feel safer. So with children, when we share the story, the song, over and over again, it deepens in their experience. It's not just language development, it's not just their confidence, it's lots and lots of other things too in this power of 3. And I really love that. 3 is everywhere. It's magical. And with that in mind, it made me think, okay, I think this is a powerful 3. And it is. Please would you like, comment and subscribe if you've enjoyed this video. Have a lovely day.